Game number 1, we're looking at our next best of 5 series here at the CCL. Again, it's playday number 1, therefore the first match and the first map for both of these teams. On the left side, going full NA, we got Zergling on Blaze, Buds on Stukov, Unaverted on Junkrat. We got Pitkid on Leoric and Funds on Gazlo with Wildheart Esports in blue. To the right side of the map, Nintorio and Diva for Granit Gaming. We got Henning on Brightwing, Nick on Hanzo, Svampgrotta on Deathwing, and Skog is playing Johanna. So, as usual, our little caveat here at the beginning of the game. Obviously, this is all played out on the North American server, NA Central to be exact. Therefore, slight ping disadvantage for Koreans that play in this league and Europeans, usually ranging between 120 and 150 ping, roughly. Okay, so with all of this set up, we got now Gazlo in play. It's actually kind of interesting because Gazlo got obviously nerfed a little bit. He was high priority pick and ban in most cases for quite some time, and even Blizzard looked at that and said, you know what, guys, maybe not really what we want in heroes, so what about we just like nerf the hero a little bit. So that's exactly what they did. Turret damage got reduced a bit from 40 to 38 actually. We got the death laser damage also reduced, and they increased a couple of cooldowns and other things continuously to just make sure that they just tweaked some numbers to make sure that the hero is, while still viable, not really as OP as it was previously. Maybe OP is the wrong word here, but as dominant would probably be the better way to express it. Either way, we have him in this game, so we're gonna find out how Wildheart Esports is gonna do here. We got Brightwing in again. Yeah, we'll see how that works out for Granit Gaming as the support side. Stukov, obviously, picked a lot right now. Really, probably like the story. A hero that for a long time has been great in the meta, fell off a little bit, and now has made a huge comeback once again. So, we'll see that. Same time now, we have up at the top side still our Blaze. And the setup here at the front line is actually kind of interesting if you think about it, because right now we have a Blaze and we have also a Leo, which normally leads you into a situation where you have Blaze as a main tank, which is something that you don't really see a whole lot. If you see it on any map, it's probably this one, Infernal Shrines, and it has been made possible back in the days by the jet propulsion being changed a little bit. But this is definitely a bit of a weird one. Now, it gives you, for sure, quite a bit of wave clear that you can use on the shrine, but it's definitely out there when it comes to compositions. They got some stuns, though. They got some proper follow-ups on a lot of this. But then again, for Granit Gaming, what we have is Diva, Deathwing, and Johanna. Also a lot of heroes that can be really beefy at the front line and can help you a lot. The drain from Leo is going to mainly focus on Deathwing, if possible, or at least that's what we'll assume here. And we'll see how much of an impact Brightwing is going to have with this setup. But, well, as it stands right now, we still have the teams just rotating around and getting the experience. First Shrine is about to activate, the supports are ready to take the camps. Business as usual. Nothing crazy. There was a bit of a fight, obviously, over the camps at the bottom of the map. So we had one taken by each team, and then the third one was claimed by Granit Gaming. So they're slightly ahead in experience thanks to that as well. Again, tiny advantage. Nothing crazy. Interestingly enough, we got the Ghastly Reach over here, so it doesn't even go in the extra wave clear with the Needle Peasants. Ghastly Reach in that, instead of that. And also no Austin's Renewal on level 1, but instead the Consume Vitality. Nothing wrong with that, but still noteworthy to point that out. And Eternal Retaliation in this case now as well for the cooldown reduction on Jojo. But it's party time, and Jojo is actually still sitting on that side lane trying to take those waves down, whereas everybody else is focusing on the objective, and with 17 stacks to their name, Granit Gaming has taken a bit of a lead here. Haven't won this thing yet though, and with Jojo still being busy topside, this could turn into a 5 versus 4 any second. Alright, nice Junkrat move to make sure that Diva's bomb doesn't do any damage, but there's the level 7 now for both of the teams. And Wildheart Esports is not willing to give this up just yet. They're taking control. Top side, the Shaman camp is now pushing in for Granit Gaming, but Jojo is moving in out too in order to help out. Down goes Leo, he's the first one to fall. And they're moving in again as Unaverted is getting some extra damage out, and they're about to grab this one. 36 against 32, it's getting close, but the blue team is just looking a bit better on it. And it seems like the first Punisher is going to be taken by them, and indeed that's the case. Wildheart Esports locks in the Arcane Punisher and is now pushing the opposition back Skork runs into the mine, kinda has to, but is able to escape at least for now. Had to pull the medallion cooldown, same is true for Nick, both of them using it, and yeah, that push is gonna hurt them. A good start, really well done by Wildheart. They initially fell behind, but then of course Jojo sticking around at the top lane for that long to take the Shaman camp down was a bit of a problem. Granit Gaming had to fight a 4 versus 5. That didn't really work in the long run, and therefore the first fort is down already. That's a lot of value. That's tons of value for Wildheart here. Very good start for them, actually. Yeah, really well done. So now we got 14 stacks on the level 1 for Blaze, which means that those unstoppable frames from the new habits are also going to be ready in just another second. Good for them. Level 10 abilities are the next on the agenda, and both teams should have it around the next objective, so there's that. And, well, let's go. 9 is already in, and party time. Skyfall is in here. We also got the Subdue. Still only 1 kill in this game. Only Leo has gone down once. And again, if you lose a hero in a team fight, you want it to be Leo. He doesn't have to travel back from the Nexus. He has a faster respawn time thanks to his trait and the potential drain. So that was exactly... From Wildheart's perspective, this was great. Didn't really lose anything at the top, as you can see. That wall has taken some damage, but it's not really mentionable. It's not like the fort went down because of that Shaman camp. So they took the fort. They are ahead right now. And it's time for Granit Gaming to bring this back here, if they want to take game number 1 in this best of 5. And well, level 10 abilities are just a tiny bit quicker for them, so off we go. Already got the Riptire in. In addition to that, we got the Massive Shove, and it's time for the Robo-Goblin. Oh yeah, and the Robo-Goblin is already active at the top and is starting to do the damage right now. Both teams got their level 10s in. There's the Entomb. As usual, I got the arrow. Deathwing hasn't made a commitment yet, but we got the Blessed Shield on Johanna. And yeah, they're already looking to see if they can maybe lock down Blaze here. The Entomb locks Skog in. Nice, well done. Yeah, and that could be a kill. They're fully committing to the Johanna kill, and they get it. Brightwing jumped in. Henning nearly died for it too. And that was a great Entomb. Again, depending on the situation that you're in, you don't actually have to hit the target perfectly. You just have to make sure that you're barring all ways of escape, and that's exactly what he did here. So Leo with a solid ult, and that leads to a first kill for them, second kill in the game. And with them rocking 5 heroes topside in that moment, they were now able to take the entire wall down, and more importantly, the fountain. There's no fountain now for the next objective. And the next objective, you guessed it already, spawns topside. So, big lead for objective number 2, also for Wildheart Esports. And yeah, me likey. It's actually kind of cool, and well, let's see what they can pull off with this. Now, we also got this all set up here with another camp taken. We should see the same thing on the right side. Blaze is the one down at the bottom of the map. It's pretty much a main tank Leoric that we're seeing right now. And honestly, I want to see what Leo goes for with his levels 13 and level 16. If you go into the Ghastly Reach, you kind of want to go for the traditional build. These days we see a lot more the Spectral Leech into Mithril Mace on Leo. But with that build in particular, he could really benefit from just heading straight into the Royal Focus setup again. So something that we might see. 13 is going to tell us a lot here. That is the next fight that already starts up, and it's objective time again. And I have to emphasize it once more, that fountain is missing. That means that the sustainability topside in this fight is much better for Wildheart Esports. And we're going to try and use that. Hanzo's arrow is going to be important. Nick is already sitting in the back, just waiting for a chance here to land a good one. Skork is moving on at the front. Jojo has to be very careful. There's the Entomb, hitting 2. They're moving out. Arrow against the back. Nicely done. Shuts dead. Aggression down. But level 13 will be ready in another second. And Wildheart Esports has a lead. Not only on experience, but they're starting to take a lead on the objective now as well. Once again, here comes a nice move. Yep, that bomb on D.Va would have been sweet, but Stukov, he had other plans. And with 30 to 25, it seems like Wildheart might actually lock in a second objective. There's a level 13, and they're taking this one. Frozen Punisher. Couldn't be worse for Granit Gaming. That's a second fort for sure. 13 talents are in, and the moment of truth. Leo still goes in the drain. Unyielding despair for him. Right here, tries to go a bit more aggressive on the drain against heroes like Deathwing. That should also boost his damage output. He's already sitting at 16,000, as does Junkrat. Gazlow has 18k to his name, whereas Nick and Hanzo and Diva, sorry, Hanzo and Deathwing are looking pretty solid here. Swamgrotta gets locked down and dies as well. Wildheart Esports, wild indeed. They're going full Farm City over here. Aggressive setup, tons of wave clear, and they are crushing. They are absolutely crushing Granit Gaming right now. Granit Gaming needs to shower after this because they're getting shit on. That's 2 kills against 1, and we're looking at a keep before the 10-minute mark. That's kind of nuts. I mean, just look at that aggression. There's an attempt by Nick to at least get a kill against Leo here. YOLO's the arrow out, and the arrow connects, but he doesn't get the kill for it. So, I don't know. This is wild. Yeah, they came as advertised. Wild draft, wild play. 2 kills to 1, and they are looking great here. They've taken down 2 of the forts, they've taken a keep down, and they haven't lost anything, not even a fountain. So, this is crazy. Granit Gaming definitely disappointing here a little bit. They are not getting anything done, and they are pretty much on every single shrine. They are on the defensive. They take an initial lead, then Wildheart Esports commits fully, and all of a sudden they're struggling. So here comes another Entomb. Leo with some really good setups the entire game already. That's the third Entomb, and it's the third good one. The third one that might even lead to a kill. They're isolating another hero. Jojo is dead again up at the front. So she is dead once again. And Swamgrotta is also low and barely makes it out. I mean, holy hell. That's 1.5 levels that Wildheart Esports is now ahead. And the middle is exposed. The wall is already down. They're trying to make another play here. Level 16 talents should be ready soon, TM. And then they can push even further. This is getting a bit bonkers. I mean, right now, this is 4 down, so 3rd one. It's just like, damn. Granit Gaming is getting spanked in this game. I mean, completely. Yeah, Junkrat, he has a lot of reasons to laugh. And now we have the level 16 talents that gives us the overclock, which is also going to be great, of course. Beware Deathwing, that's going to be a battle that he doesn't want to fight. And in addition to that, we have more drains. The Crushing Hope is in 2. Entomb misses, and Swamgrotta gets out. Would have gotten out either way, I suppose, but still. That's 3 kills to 1, 16 talents in. Yeah, tries to drain, doesn't hit it this time. Maybe the flank can help. That's a good arrow. That's a nice follow-up stun. They try to go for Junkrat. He gets out, unaverted. He's still safe. Nicely played. And this is trouble. Here comes the Riptire. Zoning them out again. Shouldn't really do... Oh, actually? Actually? Oh, can they take the kill? Nah, not quite. But he got close. Much closer than I thought. That level 16 talent advantage is getting exploited, absolutely. They are going through the bot lane right now, doing more damage. Next fight is also going to be tough, to say the least, for Granit Gaming. Hey, you're half a level behind. Diva is going to soak some of their experience now up at the top, so they might be able to get the level 16 talent. They have another 20 seconds left, so they should be able to pull that off. If they get the wave in the middle, this seems like it's going to be level 16 for each side, but... let's not mince words here. This is pretty much Granit Gaming's last chance to make it back into this game. If they lose out right now, then they are more or less down for the count. The only chance that they then would still have is if Granit Gaming made some... if Wildheart Esports made some serious mistakes. That kill? That actually might be the first step. As I said, you need to win this one right now. This is a really good step. Now, Leo will be back soon again. They're trying to make maybe a play for Gazlo even, but he is able to move out. And at least the position goes to Granit Gaming, but they're behind on the objective. Now they're trying to catch up in stacks, and they do it quickly. If they can get a follow-up kill, that would be the dream, of course. And that might just happen now. Nah, not quite. Not quite. They got close, but the bunker was there. Good move from Blaze. Now, keep in mind that Leo's going to be back in another 6 seconds. This isn't one yet, but they are 32 stacks, so they should be able to walk away with it. Yeah, 33 to 32. Maybe not after all. They should be able to get it now. 33, 36. There we have it. Mortar Punisher is in. Now, top lane. Someone has to take care of it. We're only 13 minutes into the game, but still you don't want to let catapults on your core. Someone has to bait this one over. Yeah, Gazlo is the one to take care of that. But this is the first step. For Granit Gaming, this one was important. You need to win this one. If not to take down a fort on your opponent's side, then at least to make sure that you're not losing another keep here. So they take the wall down and they finally do a bit of damage. They are not able to take the fort, but again, it was a first step, and it also helped them to close the experience gap a little bit. Level 20 is of course a concern at this point, so you gotta be careful. 3 catapults already on the core. Thankfully for Granit Gaming, we are only 14 minutes into the game, which means that the shields aren't lost yet. But yeah, it's only the first step. You need to do a whole lot more if you want to make those plays. Nick says, okay, time to get a little bit of mana here. Nothing else to do on the map. We can't get too aggressive. We can't travel too far out and try and get those waves cleared because Leo could always drop that Entomb on us. So let's play it a little bit safe. 52,000 damage for Hanzo. So the mana move is not a problem. But you can tell on the deaths for Wildheart Esports that things are pretty much going according to plan. It's only Leo that died so far, and that's the best case scenario. They thought about it. They thought about going in for Nintori and dropping the Entomb here too. Decided against it though. Still a bit of a fight happening in the middle, and Blaze goes down. Damn, they murdered that one. Oh my god. That Ragdoll got crushed. Yeah, good kill. 3-3. Granit, are they making the comeback happen? Let's not forget that they actually lost their first keep before the 10-minute mark, which is huge. I mean, right now, this might just be the moment where they can slowly bring it back. Maybe take that keep in the... Sorry, that fort in the middle. But they always have to watch that top lane too. The next objective is going to spawn in the middle of the map. So you have to at least take your shaman camp in time so that the keep is... Sorry, the core is safe. But yeah, level 19.5 now. Trying to, of course, go for a bit more than that. Gas Lord still doing his thing. The Gas Lord is ready. Turrets, turrets, turrets everywhere. What is actually the damage right now on his side? He's at 43,000. Yeah, clonking away with the 16 is definitely helping the numbers. 57k for Hanzo, but you gotta get the kills too. So once again, the camp is about to be taken. Guys, it's still bad news. It's level 20. Wildheart Esports has level 20 for this one. And I don't know if there's enough time for Granit Gaming to get their own Storm Talons. I mean, there's waves coming in at the top lane now reliably, that's good. They should be able to get the one in the middle. They should be able to get it in time. We're going to see the objective announced in just a couple of seconds, but I think they have enough time to get the level 20 for themselves. Now that we are on 20, we, by the way, get the Burning Despair even. Alright. Let's see if that's going to do something for them. No Entomb against the lineup. Alright. I mean, so far things are working. There's a quick polymorph against him. Leo, and goodbye. Eats the arrow and is dead. Burning Despair over the Entomb. It's raining scrap again. Bot lane gets pushed, and that Khaldor camp is going to take the fort down. It's going to be the first one that eliminates here. The experience of the Leo kill also helps them to catch up in talents, or at least it will. And Leo should be back as we are looking at the middle of that fight. Right now, here we go. Bullseye, they try and take control. They gotta be quick about it. They know that Leo's gonna be back soon, so let's make the play right now. They're moving in already. Here comes the push in the back, taking a lead on the objective, getting the stacks together here. But Leo will be back in another 10 seconds roughly. Bot lane still gets pressure. Top side also could be an issue. In this case for Granit Gaming. They're looking for a kill. They can't find it. Jojo instead is in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the Entomb, but there's not going to be a follow-up. At least the Riptire comes in and gets some damage connected. Nick is also there. Nitori, careful. Diva, the pilot! Oh, saving Diva's ass. And Leo might just fall again. 36 stacks to their name. Leo is low, Leo is dead, and they take the Frozen Punisher. There's more fights happening though. They try and go for Gaslow. Brightwing is down. Is Nick gonna fall the slow? Unaverted. Oh, and Nick gets away with 100 HP. Or does he? No! Oh my god. No! He still dies. He still dies. And in the meantime, we got the action right over here, and they go for core, aren't they? Look at Nick. Nick is playing the escape game right there, nearly dying to the drain alone, and now with 3 heroes down, it's a 2 versus 3, and they go for core. They try to end it right here. In the mid lane, the fort is going down. Over here, the fight starts up. Damn, son. They got the balls of steel right here. going straight for the core. They actually pull it off. There's a triple catapult. Someone has to deal with that too, and they just burn it down. Gaslow, baby, with Blaze. They go for the core, and they take it. Granit Gaming falls on Infernal Shrines as Wildheart Esports takes the victory in game number 1. Well, they went full NA and they took the win. Wildheart Esports, they have the lead, and now on our second map, it seems like the trend is going to continue. On the left side, Zergling on Diva, we got Pitkit on Mirrodin, we have Funds on Gaslow, Butts on Uther, and Unaverted on Nezebo. The Witch Doctor is in the house, baby. It's time for the Doctor. Granit Gaming on the right side of the map with Nintori on Dehaka. We got Skog on Johanna again. Henning apparently didn't learn his lesson in game number 1 and decided he wants to play Brightwing again. And we have some Grotta on Junkrat, and Nick is playing Tychus. Okay, so Tychus also going into the quarterback right now. Alright, bit more of a grenade build right now. Tychus is also one of the heroes that has been touched by Blizzard. Not in a naughty way or anything, but quarterback actually has now additional damage on the frag grenade that was newly added by them. And that allows, of course, players to go for a little bit of a different playstyle with him, and we're going to see that already happening. Level 1, there it is, the Thing of the Deep. The increase and also the spell damage increase there. I can still remember the time when they absolutely busted this by increasing, what was it back then? I think you had like 20 additional spell damage or something like that, or spell power. It was absolutely nuts, and there were actually some people out there who was like, nah, it's totally fine, there's no problem with that at all. That's why the hero was absolute dominant for a while. But even Blizzard realized how absolutely ridiculous that was. So now we still have the safe place here for Unaverted. Keep in mind, if this goes late game, then he can absolutely murder with the poison setup. And that was something that we saw in the days of old, right? We saw some setups with Nezebo, for example, where you're just trying to go into the Viral Infection, and then you're making just like a bit of a delay game. I mean, obviously, if you see opportunities before that, you're still going to take them. But if you make it to 20, you're going to be in a great spot. And we saw, back in HGC days, some of the French teams even coming up with compositions. Oh, nice body block. That could be a kill. Not quite. We saw some HGC teams in Europe come up with a setup where they went for Ragnaros, just simply so with his trait he could delay the opponent's objective, could buy some time and allow Nezebo to get to level 20. And that sometimes works out. Some of the most frustrating games that I've actually ever seen, honestly the most frustrating game that I've ever seen, was a North American game in HGC that I watched, where a team was getting hammered on Dragonshire for pretty much 20-22 minutes, just trying to get Nezebo to 20, and they somehow held on, barely managed to get him to 20, and the first thing that he does is he runs into 5 heroes, completely YOLOs it, commits Sudoku, dies in a second, and then they lose the game on the push that came as a result. Honestly, I threw something at the wall at that moment. I couldn't believe it. Brightwing does what she does best. She dies. The cannon fodder is therefore gone. Nah, I'm just trying to trigger the Brightwing fans at this point, because they're always like, you don't understand the hero. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun. I'm a mean person. I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, Brightwing is dead. It's 4 versus 4 now on the talents. We got also in the rhythm. So we got a bit of stacking going on here for Tychus. I mean, it's a frontline Mirrodin. Bigger they are would have been pretty neat here. So curious to see what Nick is going to try and pull off with that. If we're going to see some other adjustments on his talents in order to make up for that. Now, of course, they need some stuns if they want to set this up, and that's where Jojo comes into play then. Reverberation is coming in as well, so we're going to have him with a Bronzebeard Rage as the level 13 talent. And off we go with the Hex Crawlers right here. Spider setup! Yeah, Spidey senses are tingling, as we already have 53 stacks together for Nezebo. I'm telling you guys, if he makes it to level 20, it's gonna be rough going for Granit Gaming, especially with that Brightwing setup over here. Then again, at the same time, if they see opportunities, they will not even wait for 20 and just... Oh, that's Stormwood. Yeah, that scratched Nick a little bit. Nick definitely, I mean, that didn't hit, but it was really, really close. So, down here, we got a drag against Diva, also the interrupt. And what else can they do? I mean, Zergling is already sitting tight. Nintori is still fighting this out. Nick is coming in and helping out too, stacking his level 4 even further. Is sitting at 31 now, and Zergling is eating tons of damage here, but is not really dying. And that was a good drag from Dehaka again. Damn, someone is really good with their tongue. So, well done. But I gotta say, that could have been maybe a kill against D.Va. Was also a bit of a bait. Nick, on the other hand, should give a bit of a thank you to Dehaka for following up on that. We got a bit of a hybrid build here too, going full on Toads of Hugeness on level 7 right now. Also, Guardian of the Ancient Kings is in as well. But let me go with the level 7 talents. And here we go, Melting Point. So again, it's about the grenades. The buff to Tychus level 1 has now resulted in talent adjustments, which in this case give us another grenade setup on level 7. Yeah, Brightwing again with a normal build here, Henning already trying to heal this up as he can. And towards the top side, we're going to see Unaverted now starting to make the plays as well. Moving in again, pushing this out, getting the stacks together, working towards the baseline here. Needs his 175, has 88 already. We're only 5 minutes into the game, we're on level 8, so that's great for him. It's a really good progress on this one. Of course, also it helps towards the level 1, which is additional benefit on it. But nobody has turned in yet. Both of the teams have plenty of gems. Plenty of gems to make it happen. Nobody has really managed to pull it off yet. 40 stacks for Nick on the level 4 isn't too bad either. And down at the bottom of the map, this time Dehaka might be... Nah. I was actually thinking that D.Va could still push him back a little bit, but that's not the case. So far, the Dehaka play is actually working out. I was definitely a bit skeptical about the pick, to be honest, when I saw that. Not really the typical Dehaka map. There comes the explosion, zoning that out a little bit. Careful, Jojo. But Nintori is sitting there at the side, and Brightwing is also ready to help out. 51 stacks by now for Nick. Really good early game for him too with this. But they still let Nazebo stack, and he completed his level 1 quest. He's sitting at 100. We have both teams still attempting to also go for that turn-in. I mean, we are 6 minutes in, and we still haven't seen the first one yet. Unaverted eats some of the damage right now. And with the level 7 also, the heavy impact here. I honestly think that in terms of builds, Muradin is one of the most versatile hero in regards to builds. I mean, we've seen it on the Korean games that I casted recently, that they are really emphasizing that Stormbolt quite heavily. We still occasionally have the setup with the Thunder Clap and the Healing Static on level 4, level 13 combo. But now also a lot of Bronzebeard Rage coming in. We're seeing more jumps coming through. Still Third Wind here on level 1. So the hero is honestly, from a talent and build perspective, in a pretty solid spot here. Bot lane, Zergling, 36 stacks, gotta keep him alive. Can't let him fall. Level 10 talents are in, that's the Divine Shield over here, both teams now have it. And we got the Odin again. Odin as usual. Muradin hasn't made a choice yet. I mean, it's North America, so Haymaker's not out of the question. Normally we would talk of, oh, that could be killed, but... And he divines Gazlowe. Still alive, Divines Gazlowe, they are still good to go. Nazebo is now starting to move in from the top, and Odin is getting popped too. Red Webweaver is the first one to descend. They are actually going for Gazlowe, and the Gazlord is down. Can even control the gems here a little bit. Now the push through the bot lane, Riptire damage. But that is only the 3rd kill in this game. Look at Tychus, by the way. I gotta say that Nick, he really surprised me here. That's great stacking in the early stages. 81 stacks, 7 minutes in. That's worth a lot for him right now. So, good job. And he should be able to get a lot of damage out. I'm still a bit curious what Muradin is gonna... Oh, he's actually Haymakering. Holy shit. Again, Wildheart Esports, they're being wild. And that's Haymaker value right here, baby. 28 gems gone. Just gone. That's how you play that out. Now, of course, that means that Muradin is not going to have a lot of tankiness to his name as the game continues, but that is a fantastic start into it. So, Haymaker, more of a meme on the European side, but right here, value from Wildheart Esports, 28 gems, that's a lot. That's actually quite a bit. So, let's take another look at it. So right here, Haymaker into the middle, bam, come in, and Svampgrotta is gone. Yeah, 19 stacks also for Muradin. And just take another close look at Nazebo here. He's at 153 stacks, everybody. 153 stacks for him. So, Ravenous Spirit, 153 stacks. They already are in a spot where they could get the next turn in. I gotta say, Granit Gaming better step this up a little bit. Could look bad. What's the damage actually like? Tigers, 39,000 for him. Huge lead on the damage numbers. Really getting mad value out of this. Oh, that could be a killer then again. But, oh, Gaslow! And Jojo helps the kill. The grenade came in and took him down. They're trying to go for the Haka though as a bit of a counter. And, that's 25 gems. 25 big ones. The drag against Zergling puts Diva into trouble for just a moment. But the Blue Web Weavers are now coming down. So Wildheart Esports able to lock in an objective as well. Yeah, 44,000 damage now for Tigers. They also got the Holy Fury in. And in addition to that, the Spray and Pray. I mean, they gotta pray a little bit here. Yeah, a little bit more wave at the bottom of the map now too. Nintori still with 29 gems. So careful. Top side. Good one. Nice hit against Svamgrota. They're still locking Muradin down. That was nice by Brightwing getting the polymorph through. Could have been a problem with the Haymaker here. Nick gets Haymaker out of the fight. And that's the kill against Junkrat. Junkrat is down. Henning gets attacked. They're trying to body block Johanna. Skog barely makes it out here. And also coming into the Blessed Shield to create a bit more space for himself and help him escape. But things are looking rougher by the second now for Granit Gaming. Wildheart Esports, they have some wild drafts and they go fast and furious on this game. 3 kills to 4, they might be behind in kills, but they're certainly starting to take some damage here. And with 177 stacks for Nezebo, he is looking pretty solid too. I mean, again, the more the hero stacks here, the better for him. So currently we have him at 3,600 HP. Another attack against Muradin, who gets Divine Shield by Birds. And I don't know, but things are looking great right now. They are really, really looking up for them. 87 gems still in their hands. They've done some structural damage. If they can turn it again, that would be fantastic. And 20, I'm scared shitless, honestly. Once that level 20 is in, Nezebo should be able to absolutely rip them a new one here. And he is already doing a solid amount of work, so I'm a little bit afraid of this. Nezebo is going to end up with some insane numbers here. It's always the moment when you kind of wish for him to take another talent for the stacking too. But of course his level 1 also gives him a lot of safety. Yeah, but he's at 187. I mean, Jesus Christ. Alright. Yeah, Blessed Shield out once more. But they can't get the kill, and there's the Haymaker. Straight into tower range. That's a lot of damage. They got buffed just 2 patches ago. Zergling gets away. Johanna, then again, is locked down, and she dies. Doesn't lose a lot of gems, but who cares? That's a kill. That's a kill, and that should be another turn-in for them. They got 100 gems. They should be able to turn them in right now. 5 versus 4. Stacks are looking great, not only for Nezebo, but also for Tychus, by the way. He's at 137. That's some solid duration on the minigun. But there's the turn-in. Blue Web Weavers coming down again. 2 in a row. And he's going to be at 200. Nezebo is going to be at 200 stacks in just a moment. Now, this is a great map for stacking, of course. I mean, he can pretty much rotate between the lanes the entire time. And for quite a bit, it felt like Granit Gaming just forgot that he should probably lock Nezebo down before he is able to stack into Oblivion. But right now, that hero is getting stronger by the minute. And they are losing ground. It's still more or less even. And that's not where you want to be in if you are going up against the Nezebo. It's even in experience and kills. The problem is the structures. And down here, the kill count could turn. There's another Haymaker. Brightwing is helping out as best she can. And can they turn it against Muradin? The Divine Shield keeps him in play. Level 60 now gives us a bit more grenade damage with the Titan Grenade, so that's actually fantastic. Nick should be able to do a whole lot with that, especially against Muradin. But Web Weavers at the top lane are uncontested. Will take down the fort in the middle of the map. Stukov. Junkrat is the only one to play against that. Down here, could be a problem for Nick as well. Team? Yep, he's not the only one that dies. They're actually losing 2 heroes here. They lose Tychus, they lose Jojo, and Wildheart Esports is taking us on a wild ride over here. Yeah, great kills once again. Defense at the top. The fort in the middle is now also going down. But initially, of course, they tried to make that work. Stormbolt connects against it. And, well, that's the end of, as you can see here, on Tychus and on Jojo. 6 kills to 4. Guys, the map is open. They can go for boss. There's 2 heroes down for another 10, 12 seconds. They would have to travel over to... What are you going to do here? Nothing. Bronzebeard Rage came in. We got the Stolen Form. Benediction on 16, of course, drops the double stun potentially into his hands. The boss is an easy picking. And what are you gonna do now? Good luck with that. Granit Gaming has taken a single fort down. Now they have to face the music here. And the Zebo sits at 230 stacks. 230. 13 minutes into the game. They let him do whatever he wanted to do. He rotated between the lanes. He got mad stacking in. And I don't think that there is a way that this game is not going to 20. Unless, of course, Wildheart Esports ends it before that. But let's be honest about this. We're going to get level 20. And then you have Vile Infection to deal with. With a Brightwing on the other side. I mean, good luck with that. They try to make a play here from Notori. Red Web Weavers are down, so it's pretty much a trade of boss against Web Weavers. Talking boss went through the top wall, is now going for the keep even. Get some damage in there. But this is the moment where Granit Gaming has to bring it back. They need to do damage. They need to do it quickly. The Web Weaver in the mid lane has been defeated. The one at the bottom as well. D.Va is now making her way over towards the top lane. And this is just a disaster for Granit Gaming. They need a big win in a team fight. There's just no other way. And how do you set that up? We also got, by the way, here the adaptation is in. And adaptation is honestly really weird to me too. Why would you go adaptation here if you are looking at a lineup on the other side that is just so melee heavy? The level 20 would be so good for you. Isolation into contagion, you could really make some plays here. But it helps you with the survivability, but nothing else. So it's a bit of a weird build that we have from Dehaka in the first place. So I don't know, Granit Gaming is definitely a couple of weird moves here. If you're going for isolation over here and then you have level 20 kicking in, you will do a whole lot. Isolation alone might just be the tool to help you get some kills here. But once the level 20 is ready, you are getting so much value out of it. They decided to go full tank mode though, and that doesn't really help here either. So the build is out there, let's just put it like that. 7 kills to 4 right now. And level 20 just around the corner. So things are going to be tough. The grenade build seems to be working then again for Tychus. He's at 73,000 damage. Easily the top damage in the game. I mean, nobody's even close to that. So he gets a lot out of that. But there's the Web Weavers. And level 20 is going to be so close. And this is rough, to say the least. If you have Vile Infection and you get onto the core, and Zebo is going to rip this thing apart by his lonesome. 5,800 hit points on that fucker. 5,800. It's of course with his stacks. With the stacks on his level 16, don't get me wrong. But still, that's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Murden, by the way, is at 6k. So it's pretty much the same amount of hit points that the tank has. That's what we're looking at right now. And yeah, this is kind of crazy. So we're gonna see what they can do here, but that is not good news. Nick is in trouble. There's the level 20. Vile Infection. Good luck, baby. Good luck. There's the attack against Skog. In comes a nice move against Notori Dehaka. 27 gems. Oh, Henning with the help, and they keep him alive. But the keep is down. That's not only the one in the middle, the one at the top has also fallen. They're getting crushed here. They're getting absolutely crushed. And Zebo's damage is obviously spiking now. I mean, look at this. Look how much his damage has spiked after his 20 hit. He was at 44,000 damage. He just gained 16,000 damage in just no time whatsoever. And it's still ticking up. They go for Dehaka again. They're so close to just making a move for the core here. The 30 gems in Dehaka's hands are already gone. And Zebo is racking up the damage numbers. The Vile Infection is ripping them to shreds here. And it's taking the core down too. This game's over. 10 kills to 5. Wildheart Esports with a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 series here at the CCL. Big, big win for the blue team. Nicely done. And a deserved victory on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Wildheart Esports, 2-0 lead against Granit Gaming. And let's go game number 3. Could be the last one in this series. Wildheart and Granit both didn't really do too well in the Icebreaker tournament. Both of the teams lost in the first round with an 0-2. Again, this is the first match of the actual league, but the Icebreaker tournament, both of them didn't really have the best showing, but it seems like Granit has some serious troubles here. Now it's also being 0-2 behind against Wildheart, who are starting with Zergling on D.Va. We have Pitkin on Uther. Main tank Uther, Buds on Ana Verded on Hanzo, and Funds on Mephisto. On the right side of the map, we got Henning on Stukov, Swampgrotta on Junkrat, Nick on Tracer, Nintori with Chen this time, and Skok on the main tank Imperius. So yeah, they're going full N8 here. But right now, I gotta say that the playstyle of Wildheart Esports seems to be something that Granit Gaming has huge problems dealing with. And both teams struggled heavily in the Icebreaker tournament. But that was as the teams were just formed. And again, one tournament and the performance there is not really an indicator of how you're going to perform in a best-of-5 league that lasts several weeks. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how both of those teams are going to do as all of this continues. But despite the fact that they just got a beautiful kill here, it seems that Granit Gaming is having some serious trouble. So they get the kill against Mephisto, that's good. But they're still 0-2 and they have to deliver a little bit more than only the initial kill in the setup. Now, the Uther main tank is and was, well, more so it was very popular on the NA server. And that was actually true for a long time, especially at the end of 2019 and also at the beginning of 2020. Some of the European teams have actually tried to experiment with this a little bit and have brought it over into the European meta. Some tried a little bit harder than others, especially Paper My Lady comes to mind. But generally speaking, most teams, after initially giving it a shot, just moved away from it because it just didn't really work out in the European setup. The European teams dealt with it quite nicely and were able to shut it down. But we still see it occasionally on the NA side. It's pretty rare draft these days, actually. But I'm not really surprised that Wildheart Esports goes for it. I mean, they had some wild drafts, as we saw in the series, just in general. So it doesn't shock me that they are the ones to bring this in. And as I said, their playstyle seems to be a big problem for Granit Gaming. Swampgrotta and his boys are struggling here, and we'll see if they can start a comeback or if this is going to be a bit too rough for them. Now, we got for Chen also the Storm Stout secret recipe. We got the Withering Flames in. Tracer with the normal European build, 1-2 punch into the Pulse Generator. We've seen already on Noah's side for a different Tracer setup, on level 1 at least. But we're gonna see how this is gonna play out now for the team in red, because they need to step it up. I mean, there's no doubt about that. They got the additional item, that's good, so they got the turret initially. They were able to also lock down the healing beacon, that's a good start into the game for them. But of course, there's a lot of damage also on the other side, a lot of sustain too. I mean, you got a D.Va there, you have your Uther and your Ana at the front, and then in the back it's going to be Mephisto and Hanzo just poking this out as much as possible. But the first control point, the first checkpoint is opening up soon. And then the teams have to show what they can pull off with the first protector on the line. Also, with level 4, we get again the nuclear option. We've already seen that in one of the previous games. And, well, it's party time, baby. So, right now, first one locks up. Nintori is there. And always when Chen is in, you have also a chance to see the top keg plays, right? Triple Panda versus top keg. The problem is, of course, that the keg has lost even more value as Blizzard introduced the Gladiator's Medallion to the game, because now you have unstoppable frames on pretty much every single hero. You can always look at it as a positive cooldown trait, but you're not going to get that isolation as easily as you normally want to. If you're just trying to bait a couple of cooldowns, this, of course, it is a great setup. But we'll see. Right now, we have already the damage setup against D.Va. The pilot is still safe. And position after 53% were locked in by Granit Gaming is now going over to Wildheart Esports, who really want to close this out with a 3-0. I mean, what would be better for them than having an easy early first play day, right? So that would be pretty much the best thing that you can pull off here. And we'll see if they can. But well, for now, it's all about trying to get also the experience for level 7, which both teams have now been able to pull off. And let's see what else they can actually do here. Yeah, getting the item again. That's the reason why you take it at the 1 minute mark, because you want to get the second turret then as the objective is up. As you can see right now, the timing works out perfectly for both of them. Lockdown is in as they're attempting to push Zergling out. And they're retaking the position, or at least trying to. Can they go for the pilot? And the answer is yes, they can. Going full Obama on this one. D.Va is down. And that is potentially even the first protector here. Now, death timers are low, so D.Va might just be able to make her way back in time. But that's a really good start for them. Get the kill in. Didn't really have to suffer any damage or anything. Could even move some of the heroes back if they needed to. But this at least is looking good for now. On talents, we got for level 7 the Trickery right here for Mephisto. That one's up. And again, as in the last game already, the Guardian of Ancient Kings right there. Which is pretty fantastic, actually, if you have later on Stukov coming through with his level 13. Though, obviously, there's more tools than only that, but Stukov in particular is going to be pretty neat. But in we go. Yeah, trying to make the play for D.Va again. D.Va, okay. Zergling is not really too happy about this. He came, he saw, and he died again. Veni, Vidi, BG. So, yeah. D.Va is dead, comes back, dies again. Nick comes in and gets the kill easily here. So now they're getting the first protector. They committed to the healing beacon. But yeah, let's take another quick look at that. She wasn't too happy about this, as you can imagine. Not even with the rest of the team were they able to save her. So that seems like a bit more momentum in the hands of Granit Gaming right now. Is that enough to really bring it back and win the game? Well, we're gonna find out soon enough. They got the level 10 together with it. Couldn't really be any better at this point, honestly. So they got an opportunity with the 3 kills to 0. And they go for the top keck plays. The Panda! Yeah, trying to keck around here. Top shelf right there. Let's see what they can do with this. If they can get isolation kills, it would be great. If they can move someone away from the checkpoint later, that would be good too. But of course, as I said, even if you just bait cooldowns on the medallion, that would be neat too. They pretty much get the fort here, which is honestly nuts. That's like mad value on the first objective, and most of it really is simply stemming from the fact that they were able to get the level 10 ability with it. Now over here, Nick's still dancing around and getting some serious damage out. Seems like they're trying to lock him in, but they can't. And Tori, here's the jump, and it's time for the keck, baby! We're going to keck it up here! They're going to isolate Uther slightly, the main tank therefore gone, but yeah. The initial idea was good, but they weren't able to get the kill. By the way, Meme Strike. Oh yeah. We got the dragon in. Meme Strike for Hanzo. And Endurance of Hate as well. So we'll actually see if they're able to combo that off. That would be kind of cool. I mean, you got a lot here, actually. They got a lot to lock the target in. You got the Divine Storm on Uther. You got the Meme Strike. And then you also got the setup together with Mephisto. And let's not forget that they also have on top of that the nano boost here. So there's actually quite a few tools that they could theoretically now combo off in order to get value here. Yeah, this one, is that going to do enough damage? It does some. Can they save Skork? They try to go for Imperius. Fun's still sitting in the back here. And he's making his way out of it. They're trying to go for the pilot again, and Zergling has already suffered previously. Here comes the quick dash, but that is the end of Imperius. Yeah, D.Va this time is turning around and is going to tell him, not on my watch, baby. Kill for a kill, though, as Uther falls 2. So we have an exchange in kills. But at least D.Va got her revenge, right? So at least that happened. And I gotta say, that was kind of funny. Dashing in for D.Va, and then she turns around and is like, pew, pew. And Imperius dies a painful death. So there's that. Alright, so off we go. Topside pressure is already in. That's Vespa could easily take this down. Level 13 talents are soon gonna kick in too. And that normally should translate into a slight advantage on the first objective. The initial lead will most likely go to Granit Gaming. They should have the level 13 just in time. But then again, now that I look at it, honestly, with all the experience that they got, it seems like with the objective not even announced yet, we're going to have a 13 versus 13 fight right from the get-go. Which is honestly a little bit surprising. There must have been quite some lane experience that was lost to Granit Gaming. And yeah, quite a bit. If you look at the minion experience here, that's nearly a 3,000 experience lead on minions. So pretty big advantage from Wildheart Esports, and that's really where that fact stems from, that they now are playing on even talents right from the start of the objective. So yeah, good job by Wildheart Esports, nicely done. Now Stronggrotta nearly takes the fort down. Doesn't really matter yet that it's still in play, at least not for this. But now that 13 is ready on both sides, that also makes it interesting with the Stukov setups, because we have Violent Reaction right now. Which means that you're going to get a root, and once that's the case, the level 7 on Uther will proc, and that could technically save targets that get locked down by Stukov or even, of course, just simply buy the steel trap over here. So there's definitely a couple of aspects to this now where Uther might be the one to really make the difference in those plays. Level 13 gives us the enough to share. We also got the Divine Rage in. Bit of a mid play. Gotta be careful because those are some serious stuns. If Uther comes in and gets a lock on Nick, then that could be a kill. They're playing it safe and they're rushing away from it. 41 on the progress bar, but they want to have an additional item, so they're going in for it. Imperius is going to try and hold this a little bit longer, I suppose. Chattering Teeth is just one of the best. So yeah, they're going straight in for the chatter. There we go. Lockety lock, take that down, and a bit of extra damage against Zergling. That lunge didn't do anything. It was a bit late. Slightly delayed reaction here. Okay, 25,000 damage now from Tracer and Hanzo, the two top damage dealers here. With a lead in XP for Granit, can they really make it to 16? I don't really think so. Well, I mean, it's half a level, but you also have 40% on the other side. They get the additional item, though, and item control is key on this map. So they're making some really good plays. And now they're so close to the next talent that they should be able to pull that off. If they get the kill here, that would be even better. They're trying to go for Zergling. They can't quite get him. There's the meme strike again, memeing around a little bit. I mean, 20 with the cooldown reduction would be kind of great for him if he goes that way. But we'll see if he does, and if they can set a combo up at some point. But these random ones don't do a lot for him. Now, we got the 16 talents. That gives us the super strain right here. And also the endless nades. Plus a little more punchy punch with a bullet spray. But that seems like another protector is going to drop into the hands of Granit Gaming. Yeah, this game is looking way better for them right now. 4 kills to 1, a bit more dominant here. It seems like they're also slightly more coordinated. Problem for Wildheart Esports were oftentimes these problems around talents. So let's see where this heads. But at least it gives a little bit of hope for the red team to bring it to map number 4. With the second protector, they should be able to do some work. Now, technically speaking, they could even think about going for the top keep. If you have a talent advantage around protector number 2 and the fort is already gone, we sometimes see that. But of course, your normal route would be to go through the mid lane down to the bottom and try and take the fountain down, so that you can then have a better objective number 3. Alright, there's the cooldown bait that I talked about. I mean, it's a positive trade, of course. You have a keg on 50-second cooldown, and you have on the other side a 5-minute cooldown on the medallion. So if you are able to get that reliably out, then you can really bait a lot of them, and that helps you to set up plays later on. But in this particular case, you couldn't get a kill with it. So there's always this argument to be made that now that the medallion is in and you have unstoppable frames on pretty much every single hero, keg doesn't do a whole lot for you. If your goal is to bait that cooldown out, then you can go for pretty good trades and should use it a little bit more often, of course. So there's that. Yeah, meme strike, rocking the dead space again. Creating space. 16 versus 16 now. That gives us the benediction. We also got the piercing arrows in and the animosity over here. But now it's also looking like we're gonna get some proper team fights here. Yeah, kick it up, but that jump was a little bit too late. Honestly, if it connects this time, then they have a solid chance to really take Hanzo down. Can they maybe even make a play here? Oh, that could be Uther. Good stun. Dropped him into this, and that's a kill. Uther is down. He's gone. And they're trying to go for the follow-up right now. Double support has so far not prevented them from dying. And Nick is still working the back line, applying pressure to Mephisto and trying to get the kill here. Now that Uther is gone, a lot of the stuns are gone too, and that helps him, of course, a lot. And they're trying to take D.Va down again. Zergling gets murdered. Easy kills, nice kills right now. And they're trying to get another one. Mephisto is likely going to fall too. That's a triple, baby. 3 kills. And the red team is starting to be a bit more on a roll here. So they're doing some work. 7 kills to 1. Big lead in experience. Much better game right now from Granit Gaming. Wildheart Esports, they still have the 2-0 lead in the series, but it looks a bit more likely that this might go at least to a 4th map. Now, item control is super important. We talked about it before. We already have 3 turrets. Wow, they actually have 3 turrets and a healing beacon. So they are going to equip every single hero here with an item. The next objective is going to look fantastic for them. They're going to have a level 20, very likely a solid level 20 advantage since they now control a 2-level lead. And they have a full item setup for them. So this is a really, really good position right now for Granit Gaming. Honestly, this is one of those moments where it's their game to lose, pretty much. Like, if they make mistakes here, they can still lose this, but they have such a big lead that they can control this on a macro level alone and should be able to. Now they're poking topside. Here comes the stun, and Tracer is down. Tracer down. They need to back off here. This is the chance for Wildheart Esports. Here's the meme strike. This time actually doing some work. Keck plays. They have to drop one of the healing beacons here to escape, but the chase is on. Henning is in trouble too. Gets attacked. Likely gonna fall. Nope, 500 hit points, and he's gonna make it out. A little bit more poke. And yeah, they keep it in play. Oh, I have no idea why they're jumping in there. Team? Stukov dies after all. That's a staggered death with a 30-second delay, pretty much. I'm not quite sure what they just did there. They had level 19.5 and they pushed aggressively at the top. If you have 20, you can do that. And then they re-engaged into the fight. I mean, you can play that safe and you... What is this? Stop staggering your kills or deaths here. Another staggered death for no reason whatsoever. I mean, if you want to throw the game, that's the way to do it, boys. So now they have level 20, but it doesn't matter because the objective is up, and guess what? They only have 3 heroes on the map. Yeah. Wildheart Esports. They see an opportunity, they took the chance, they get the initial kill, and then they capitalize on the mistakes of Granit Gaming, and all of a sudden the game might be back to even. Granit Gaming just absolutely failed. They went full fatal fish on this one. So let's see if they can still recover this. They have some items. But I gotta stress what we just saw there. 5 items on their team, 2 healing beacons, level 19.5. They went for a push topside that they didn't have to go for, a 2-level advantage, and they threw all of it away. A lot of this was also because we had a great play from Wildheart. They saw a chance to take Tracer down, they stun-locked her, ripped her apart within a second. But then Granit Gaming, not properly retreating, losing heroes as they re-engaged with 4 without level 20 instead of just playing to the advantages that they had. Now it's level 20 versus level 20 in just a moment, and we're going to see an even fight over the next objective. And here's the cooldown reduction that we talked about. Bam! Dragon awakens, and all of a sudden this talent is getting good. Unspeakable Horror is in, we got the Nano Infusion, and whew, in addition to that, the Divine Hurricane. Yeah, Nick is going to be... not happy about this. He needs to be a lot more careful now. All of a sudden the game is wide open. They might not have been able to take a fort down yet, but Wildheart Esports have a chance again. They were far behind. Here comes the meme strike. Yeah, that didn't do a lot. He created some space for circling, I suppose, but I don't really think that he would have died either way. Nick barely makes it out. Well, does he make it out? Seems like he does, but that was a clutch one. And the objective is taken. But they lose Chen. The Panda is down, the objective has been claimed, and I don't think they can do anything with this one. And meme strikes galore. Yeah, cooldown reduction on this bad boy, guys, is doing a ton of work. And if you can just YOLO that shit out every couple of seconds, then you find yourself in a great spot. And he has another one. Another 5 seconds, and he has another one. Unaverted is going to YOLO that stuff out like there's no tomorrow. Yeah. There's freebies right there. And boom. Zoning them out. Protector on the run. And he is just looking great here. He's going to do this all game long from here on out. Now, the good news is this. If nobody on the blue team is falling back here finally to deal with the top lane, then this keep might even fall just to the catapults. Now, we're currently 18 minutes in, so this is already starting to do some work. And as you can tell, nobody is moving back. They're super late on this. So, I think the minion wave might just save it. But this thing takes a lot more damage than it should. So that's good news for Granit Gaming, that they're at least still applying pressure at the top. And with a bit of luck... Nah, not really. I mean, again, it's kind of close if you think about it. That's a lot of HP lost. But yeah. So the Protector got abandoned. They didn't really do anything with it. It's the 3rd one that oftentimes gives you a keep. But again, it's not really a game ender anymore. Blizzard nerfed that down pretty quickly. I still want to stress that during the last couple of minutes, Granit Gaming didn't really make any big moves. So, well, at least not to their advantage. But right now, here comes another stun. Alright, 1, 2, lockdown. Yeah, meme strike again. Good positioning for it too. Really good positioning, actually. And they get the kill against Imperius. Guys, they are completely falling apart here. They are absolutely falling apart right now. Mephisto is crushing the damage numbers. K-Cat to be used. Another meme strike. Again, he's YOLOing that out as if it's a normal ability. That level 20 cooldown reduction is just absolutely bonkers, and I think he's going to lead also on the damage pretty significantly as the game continues. He's already at 69,000, and the trend is just going to continue exactly down the same way here. But I honestly... I still can't believe that we are finding ourselves in that spot. Granit Gaming had the game... I mean, maybe not the game lockdown, but the third objective with the level 20 push towards the keep, that was definitely theirs. And now they are, like, just look at the game. The last 2-3 minutes, what did you see? It's Granit Gaming on the defensive, over and over and over again, and for good reason. I mean, Wildheart Esports does exactly what they're supposed to do. They wait for mistakes on the opponent's sides, they wait for an opportunity, they exploit it, and then they punish the opposition. And it's looking fantastic from their point of view now. They're looking at a great game here, and they have a chance. They take their first fort down, so they're starting to catch up in structures. It might be slow, but it's happening. And it seems that Granit Gaming is rattled. All of a sudden, nerves are showing. That's not where you want to be at. So they need a team fight. They need a win. There is, of course, a silver lining. If they win a good team fight and they take a couple of heroes down, that they can always move up to the top, take the keep, and go straight for the core. You got that option now. That option is available. Question is simply, can they win that fight? Because they have to. Well, they try to go for D.Va again. Rest of the team is moving in. There's a huge choke point, though. Yep, and there we go. Get some damage out. Everybody's already on the run. Imperius has to lunge over. And Hanzo will have his ult back up in just a few seconds. Get one more shot connected, and you have the cooldown reduction kicking in. Fourth objective. Fourth protector. Usually the one that ends the game. Mid lane this time. Gonna spawn in the mid lane. We're gonna see that work out. Rotation over towards the middle immediately, but again, it hasn't been announced yet. I still can't believe that we actually find ourselves in this spot now. Okay, items. 3 items for the blue team. And over for the opponent, only 1. 1 turret against 2 and a healing beacon. Wildheart Esports has a better shot at going for the objective now. Yeah, and control point is coming up. They're poking this out. Ults are all ready. Well, Ana has to wait a couple of seconds, but she's gonna be fine. Yeah, level 20, by the way, the Purifying Brew over here. Waiting for a couple of top keg plays right now. And, well, let's have a little bit of a look at this. Yeah, Pitkit is all moving up to the top. Unaverted is also sitting here. And everybody else is now sitting at the middle and doing their way. Playing through that right away here. Let's see what they can actually do. They have the early position. They get a bit of a lead. There's a push against the catapult. They want to make sure that the catapult doesn't take the keep down. That's a good move, honestly. It's only a catapult on every 3rd wave, so as long as you make that work, it's fine. Another item gets taken too, so everybody's just like gearing up for this. And here we go. There's again controlling the space a little bit. God, Hanzo's gonna be so annoying in this fight, isn't he? He's gonna get so much cooldown reduction here if he plays his cards right. So right now, there's the attack. Starting to come in for Zergling. Trying to lock him down. Yes, double stun. Follow up from Stukov. Stun goes empty. They get the damage in. Is this the fight where they turn it again? Nick is low though. Nick is really low. And they're getting chased off. And there's immediately another Hanzo ult. Yeah, and that one chases them away. Makes them retreat down to the bottom. No fountain over here. But they can re-engage soon TM. They already tapped the fountain in the middle. They're starting to make the way through the mid lane right now. In an attempt to go back onto the checkpoint. Ults are mostly used. Yeah, one... Actually, Trace is the only one who used the medallion in the last fight. Svamgrotta is... Oh my god. Zergling is doing so much work right now with this D.Va. That D.Va damage is starting to really stack up as well. She's sitting at 62,000 damage, which is super solid as well. So now they're going straight in. There's another attempt by Uther to lock this down. And Pilot is about to get dropped out. But oh no, not even that. I don't think they can follow up on it either. 76. 83% against 39. Another item to be taken. Again, this objective is likely going to end the game. The 4th one is strong enough to do some serious work. Very rarely does it go to a 5th protector. 61%. And they can fall back. Pre-tap right here. Quick pre-tap before you head into the fight. And that is now... This is the deal. This is... Honestly, this is it. This is it. Right now, who takes it? Healing Beacon Has been claimed, top side. Good move by Granit. Now they got to be careful with Chen though. Yeah, they try to go for D.Va again. Uther doesn't have his stun back up. 99% on the progress. Stun in the back line. They try to make the play. Great follow-up. Fantastic follow-up. And what a double kill. Big boy double kill right here. And this is how you win an objective, ladies. Look at this. Beautiful. They come in with a stun, and then it's immediately Mephisto who makes the play, sets the kills up for the team. 8-2-7. They got the Protector, and now they can move maybe through the middle. Can they end, though? 5 versus 3, they send D.Va to the top first. They want to make sure that this keep does not fall. Save the keep while the rest of the team slow plays it in the middle. They're not rushing in just yet, but there's only 3 defenders. 30 seconds until they're back to business. And now we're seeing the move with the Protector straight for the mid lane. They want to go for keep, they want to go for core here. You want to end it. D.Va took the catapult down, and now she's coming straight into the middle. 94,000 damage by Hanzo. He's trying to join the 6-digit club. Junkrat is already there. 104,000 damage for him. And he's still poking. Poking the entire time. One nade after another. Protector is falling slowly. Another stun. And there it is. The follow-up kill against Chen. He is down. That's the end of the Panda. And even though we got a few of the heroes coming back, this could be a game. They're going for the core, and the Protector is murdering the shit out of it. That thing doesn't hit like a truck. It picks the truck up and hits the core with a truck. That's exactly what's going on here. Mad damage, and that's a 3-0 victory in the best of 5 series for Wildheart Esports as Granit Gaming goes down in flames without taking a single map.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.